Okay, last but not least, let's look at requirement number 3, which it says describe how a bank account and the bank reconciliation help the general manager control Durkin's cash in this case. What you're doing is you're finishing this statement out. So it's not you're not answering this. You're answering a bank account helps control cash. So we're focusing on a bank account and what a bank account does. Without a doubt, a bank account provides a place for safekeeping. Okay, that's one of the reasons people open up bank accounts. The other one is it provides a detailed listing of cash transactions that managers can compare to the books. So it gives you a list of cash transactions that a manager can compare to the books to see if there's any errors. So it definitely does those two. Let's see why we're not doing the others. It will not detect all instances of theft. That's not possible. Nothing can really do that, especially that word all. Detecting errors and posting collections to accounts receivable. This is a cash books function, right? When we book an accounts receivable and then we get a check and they slide it across the table and then we apply it across against the accounts receivable, this has nothing to do with the bank statement. I mean, this is basically you collecting receivable. It can't possibly detect these errors of accounts receivable. All it's going to do is show how much was deposited, and then you have to take that and go back to the books and see if it's right. Ensuring that the bank and book records of cash are correct. Well, by definition, the bank's records of cash and the book's records of cash are not correct. That's the reason that we have to do a bank rec to correct book to actual and correct bank to actual. Ensuring that the company accounts for all, again, this all important word, all of its cash transactions. It does not account for all of its cash transactions. So if you have a deposit in transit, that is a cash transaction, and the bank account cannot capture that, right? That's one of the reasons you have to do the easy reconciliation at the top. Uh, Going back to this, ensuring that the company accounts for all its cash transactions. If you have an outstanding check, right? If you have a check that's outstanding, uh, the bank account is not helping control cash with that. As a matter of fact, it has to be adjusted in the easy recon for checks outstanding. So it's not going to detect all theft. It's not going to detect errors in posting. This is what a bookkeeper or whatever does. You're posting accounts receivable. This is not about the bank account. The bank account merely receives the deposit. Ensuring that the book and the bank are correct. Well, I mean, they're not correct. That's the reason they have to be adjusted. And ensuring that the company accounts for all its cash transactions. All is a very powerful word, right? And it cannot account for all cash transactions. What it's used for is to provide a place for safekeeping. You can save money. You can save protect your money in there, and providing a detailed list of cash transactions that managers can then use to compare to the books, trying to find if there's any errors. And these are the two things that a bank account helps control. I hope you found this whole session useful. Be careful. Words have meanings. Here at the end, you can see where words have meanings. Be wary of phrases like controls all cash, detects all uh, fraud. All is a very powerful word, right? The only thing that a bank account does, it's focusing here on bank account, not a bank recon, because that's not what it's asking you. It's asking you a bank account. Helps control cash by. Is it gives you a safe place to put money, and it does give you a detailed list of cash transactions, at least per the bank, of deposits and checks, so that you can compare them to the books, make sure your books are good. I hope you found this useful.